What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary 41 of my sponsors, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know I'm a Weeble preferred influencer, best promotion in the pinned comment. All you need to do, click the link, open an account before September 2023, $100 account minimum to get the free fractional shares. It is now any amount. So a single dollar benefits my channel greatly. Appreciate if you could take a couple minutes out of your Sunday to go ahead, set up an account. Also, first opening day without our great friend Uche Waniri, who unfortunately passed back in December. Thought a lot about Uche today and wanted to do a breakdown that I know he'd be proud of. So here we are, Madden 24 and Backbreaker. Want to show you two plays back to back here. And then we're going to do a number of different breakdowns. But I want you to understand animation dependent gameplay and the challenges that you have when a game is built on animations. Are these two animations different? Yes. Visually they look different, but chances are at speed, you probably didn't note much of a difference in them. The result was the same. This is why physics-based gameplay has been such a big thing. We're going to take a look at Backbreaker here. I want you to notice a couple things. Defender comes in. There is not a tackle going on here. His arms are not even around the player. This is just one player colliding with another, knocks the ball out. Still, as he falls to the ground, is not in the process of tackling him. This is important when you're trying to replicate a sport. When we take a look at what Madden does, very similar situation. You'll watch the footwork of George Kittle. This is the challenge when you try to get games solely based on animations. I get pulled back into this movement. Now, this isn't a tackle, just like we saw with Backbreaker, but watch what happens. As I go forward, I'm stuck in that animation until right now. So at this point, I have no user control, which is the point of playing a video game, is to control the player. Instead, I get stuck and I have to turn upfield. Look at the footwork here. This is what happens when you don't have enough animations. Going back to Backbreaker, just watching it at speed, how much more realistic and seamless does this look? This is what we've wanted from EA Sports. You look at that same exact play in Madden from the opposite angle, and you can just tell how jagged it looks, even from the pursuit. Now let's take a look at another example here. It's again Backbreaker. Very old game. See, the defender comes in. I want you to watch the football. It's very important when we're talking about replicating the sport. Again, no tackle is being made, but we're knocking the ball out. Look at the receiver. Look at his body position. He has not been tackled, but he is bending backwards based solely on where the defender is. This is what replicates a sport. Going through and watching it here at speed, it's beautiful. This is what you want. And as a matter of fact, EA knows this is what we wanted. They've been selling us this since Madden 12. True to the game. They talk about implementing gang tackles. Gang tackles were also discussed a lot with Madden 15. So let's talk about where we are, Madden 24. This is where Madden is with gang tackles. I want you to watch the position of the ball and the Miami Dolphin I've highlighted, because the reality is when there's no animation in this game, it doesn't matter. Number 51 kind of turns around, loops in a circle. Most of the animations in Madden are post-play garbage. You have an incomplete game filled with animation-based celebrations. It makes no sense. Taking a look at this again, look at the helmet. Remember back to Backbreaker. This should be knocking the ball out. But when you look at what actually happens, I'll slow it down because some of you are Madden fans, not football fans. Pulls the ball back in. Even furthermore, let's take a look at Howard. He comes in. Look at his angle. Look at where his momentum would be carrying him. But somehow Kittle falls forward. Again, these are things that should not be happening. And they look awful from any angle that you want to present this game. This is Backbreaker. That's two players driving one player to the ground. That is the expectation. Take a look here. Madden again. Very simple to understand. I want you to watch this player. Animation-based gameplay. Luck of the draw. No skill. That player is now back behind this tackle. The other two players engaged, he is not. He has to shoot out of this animation now with one of his own. This is not simulating a sport at all. Going back to Backbreaker, players go up for the ball. Third player comes in, knocks the ball out, knocks both players sideways. Now, EA Sports knows their game isn't simulating football. We talked about this before. This is 30 times more powerful console. You've got 30 times more powerful. And you can't get a physics engine that works. You can't create a physics engine, but you want to create sapient technology. So if we don't have physics in the game, if we don't have a player's skeleton respected in the game because we're still animation dependent, what does any of this jargon mean from this year marketing this game? So much of the problem at EA Sports is not just an inferior product. Because a lot of people will sit there and look at a video like this and say, wow, Backbreaker was ahead of its time. They'll take a look at the video I did with All Pro Football and they say, wow, All Pro Football 2K, they were ahead of their time. No. EA Sports is this far behind. And it's not just in football gaming, it's in the entire sports gaming genre they're behind. And the reason they're behind is the people that work on this game have a failure to want to drive themselves to create a better product. And whether you want to say that's because there's not competition in the marketplace, or because they don't have a desire to improve the game outside of Madden Ultimate Team, or they don't need to improve the game because it's been selling. When you have Clint Oldenburg saying that Madden is identical to playing on a football field, we should all understand that this is why the game isn't improving. Whether you love Madden or you dislike Madden, Madden will not get better with this mindset. And how on earth he can sit there and confidently project that this is like playing real football when we don't even have human elements in the game such as physics is astonishing. I just showed you a handful of clips from a Backbreaker highlight on Adi's channel, and I compared them to what was about 5 minutes worth of practice film that I got from Madden 24 in a free weekend. And it's very easy to sit here and show the contrasts between what happens with animation-dependent gameplay and physics-based gameplay. And when you want to talk about simulating a sport, the first thing you have to simulate is the player. If you can't simulate the player, you can't simulate the sport. That's what EA Sports needs to learn. In my opinion, they've known it. If you go back and look at the marketing of this product, they've continued to sell us an improved game. But one thing we know they haven't done is deliver an improved game. So before I end this video, obviously you guys have probably looked at the subscriber count and realize that we're getting very close to a milestone on my channel. I want to take an opportunity to thank every single one of you, whether you like my opinion or dislike my opinion, for watching, subscribing, leaving a comment, hitting a like, hitting a dislike, whatever you've done over the course of the last number of years. And know that this year, I'm more motivated than ever to make these videos. And a large part of that is, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, one of our community members, Uche Waniri, is no longer here. And the entire week leading up to today's Colts-Jaguars game, I missed the text messages I would get from Uche talking to me about how the Jaguars were going to beat the Colts and why it was going to happen, the X's and O's. Didn't realize how much I would miss it until today. And wherever he is, I hope he enjoyed watching the Colts lose today. Because even though I would want my team to win, I had some satisfaction in knowing he was probably laughing at me as they lost. To that point, me getting 100,000 subscribers would be nice if it happened. I would appreciate it, and it would be a great achievement for me personally. But one of the things that I've asked you guys to do is please go and subscribe to his channel. Because unfortunately, he doesn't have the ability that I do to sit here and continue to make content. He doesn't have the ability you do to sit here and watch it. And I know that as much as that plaque may mean to me, that plaque would mean infinitely more to his family. And I can tell you the hours of time I spent with Uche, the content we made together, talking about Madden, he deserves every bit of recognition and more that a little plaque can hang on the wall and provide. And I hope that we can get him to a point where he does have those 40,000 more subscribers he needs, and his family can have something as a token of our community to show what he meant to us. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching this video. You know I will be back in the wake with more commentary.